The bombs have three elements. These are
power source, detonator, explosive.
Under any circumstance may the bomb be moved or touched. It can only be moved by training and authorized ground personnel. If it's necessary, one flight attendant may manipulate the bomb only if instruction is received by training personnel.
To identify the categories of a bomb, there are three colors: red, yellow, and green.
Good evening, Sonia 1L.
Good evening, Sonia 1L. Pay attention on this information, possible Bravo Whiskey.
In case of a bomb on board, the code is Bravo Whiskey.
The flight attendants must check the passengers coming before boarding. Also, the cabin crew must check the passengers coming after boarding. If a such object is found, it has to be reported immediately to security personnel by the flight attendants.
If there is a passenger on board that decides not to fly at the last moment, it is necessary to disembark all the passengers with their hand baggage, and it's mandatory to inspect the cabin. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has informed us that due to security reasons, we need to disembark the aircraft. Please take with you your hand baggage. Our apologies for this inconvenience and thank you for your cooperation.
The flight attendant must pay attention to the passenger who constantly changes the seat or takes a lot of time in the bathroom. We need to check the seat that has been left free.
The flight attendant have to notify the commander of any strange situation for him to be able to make a right decision.
Captain, this is Oriana 1L. We have found a suspect object on the cabin and maybe it is a possible Bravo Whiskey. We already verified the area and this baggage does not belong to any passenger. We are going to proceed according to your instructions, Captain.
If requested by the captain, passengers must be informed of the situation.
Oriana, we have to inform the passengers that we are handling an extremely emergency situation on board, but without mention that it is a possible Bravo Whiskey. Please proceed with an emergency announcement.
If there is a suspect object on board, the cabin crew will search it throughout the aircraft.
The passengers have to remain seated with their hand baggage on their lap.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated with your hand baggage on your lap because an inspection will be done on the aircraft for security reasons.
Quick disembark of passenger with their hand luggage must be done.
The aircraft will be transferred to the Zulu point at the airport and it will be evacuated by order of the captain.
The cabin crew will group the passengers and move them away until they are transported to a safe place.
Ladies and gentlemen, please follow all the instructions provided by the cabin crew. There's really nothing to worry about because this crew is trained to handle this type of situations.
The flight attendant should locate the bomb without overlooking the flight functions.
All the passengers have to be with their seatbelt fastened and their seat back in an upright position away from the bomb.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. The crew will indicate to those passengers that for safety reasons must change their seats.
It had better not to touch, manipulate, or move the bomb under any circumstances because it might be dangerous.
There is a minimal risk area for a bomb. Least risk bomb location, LRBL.
Disconnect electrical fluid to the LRBL.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has informed us that we are in an extremely emergency situation on board. This crew is trained to handle this type of situation. We have 20 minutes to prepare the cabin. Follow with attention the instructions provided by the cabin crew and do everything you are instructed to do. Stow and lock your hand baggage on the overhead compartments. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. Put your seat back upright. Fold away your tray table. Raise your window shade. Crew attentive to confirmation. We are on board of an Airbus 320 aircraft. It has 8 emergency exits clearly marked in the cabin. 2 forward doors, 4 windows at wind level, and 2 doors at the rear of the cabin. Identify the nearest exit. It will be right behind you. Crew attentive to confirmation. When you hear the order head down, remain seated. Head down and grab your ankles. If it is difficult for you to adopt this position, lean your arms on the backrest in front of you and put your head between them. Take the brake position. Crew attentive to confirmation. Crew instruct ABPs. If there are personnel from another airline, public force, or paramedic on board, please present yourself with a cabin member.
Don't worry, sir. It's all under control.
I can assure you that everything is going to be fine.
There's nothing to concern about, lady.